Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I'm going to share my knowledge about the belief cycle, which is one of the most interesting things about neuroscience that I've ever learned. And I'm going to teach you how to use that in your favor. So, it all comes with the awareness that 99% of the time our thoughts are subconscious, which means that we're not even choosing them. That the thoughts that you're having almost all of your day are not coming from you. They're formed from your past perceptions about yourself or events that did not even occur in the first place. So it would be so dumb to expect good results from yourself and to beat yourself up for not performing the way that you want when you don't even know that most of the time you're acting from uh, unconscious mind. So, first of all, don't blame yourself for that. Just become aware of your thoughts. And how do you do that? You start journaling. When you start journaling, you pay attention to your thoughts, and not only the thoughts that you're having, you start to see patterns and where they might have come from. Then you dissect those beliefs, because not all of beliefs that we have might be true. You go into the detail of that belief and you check whether you still believe in that, whether there's still evidence that this belief is true or not. And most of those beliefs will be negative, because what we are consuming throughout the day, through social media, through the internet, through the limited perspectives of people around us, it's mostly things that does not align with us. So how do you do this? You understand the belief cycle. The belief cycle is that when you have a belief, you must have some sort of supporting evidence. By evidence, I mean past experiences where you embody that belief about yourself. For example, if you want to become successful, if you want to be confident, in order for you to believe that you are confident, you must have at least some sort of evidence or some past experiences where you were confident. And those experiences are already there, those events did occur, you just choose not to pay attention to those things. When you start looking at your past and you rewrite your story, I want you to actively choose to focus on those incidents where you were confident, even if it was very, very small, even if it was something like speaking up what you want for dinner, or something like when the teacher asked a question, no one in the class raised their hand except you. That even counts as you being confident. What you do then, when you consistently pay attention to those events in which you embody that quality that you want to have in your personality, you form a generalization about yourself. Human beings are logical beings. We love logic, and most of the time we are using deductive logic. Deductive logic is when you look at two or three experiments and you derive some sort of generalization, and based on that generalization you anticipate the results of future experiments or the future experiences. So if you choose to pay attention to the positive, then you will form positive generalizations about yourself. As a result, you will get to start experiencing and expecting positive results from the future. Now, there's one very important thing in this step that most people miss, is that um, you only there's a very big misconception that people think that you only need evidence from the past, which is not true. You also need some sort of evidence in the present. For example, I used to believe that I'm a very inconsistent person. I used to believe that I'm not good at discipline, that I'm kind of go with the flow type of person. I'm very intuitive, that I do things when I want to and cannot be forced to do those things. But with my Arabic journey, I was really frustrated, and I used to think that I will never be able to learn Arabic because I'm not consistent enough. But once I start just tracking the days that I did study Arabic, I noticed that the days that I did show up were three times more than the days that I didn't show up. But because I choose to focus on the days that I didn't show up, it made me feel like I'm an inconsistent person. So when I looked at the whole chart that showed me the result from the past 3 months, and I saw that the days I did show up to learn Arabic, that I did commit to my goal, my plan, were way more than the days that I didn't show up. So my belief about myself changed, and as a result, I now believe that I am a very disciplined and consistent person. So it helped me form this generalization or this belief about myself that I'm a consistent person. So now whenever I need to study Arabic and I know it's time to study that and it's time to commit to my goal, I find it easier to take that step because I already act from a place where I am that disciplined person. So identity based goals are always the best because they work, because you're not feeling any sort of friction. You don't feel like you're working hard against yourself, that you are trying to prove something that you are not.